Right, this is the city of Mdina, and it used to be the capital before Valletta, and that's a long time ago. Valletta was built after the Ottoman siege, and this must have been put up round about the Normans' time by Roger the Norman.
He conquered Muslim-held Sicily in 1091 and then turned his attention to Malta, which had been held by Muslims since 870. He freed Christian slaves and then set in motion the re-Christianization of the place. And as you can see in this nunnery in Mdina, over the next 100 years they did a pretty thorough job. St. Peter's Monastery here is noted for being the home of the Blessed Adiodata Pisani, a Benedictine nun who was known for her piety and mystical experiences way back in the middle of the 19th century. And she was promoted to Blessed in 2001 by Pope John Paul II because praying to her was associated with several people being cured of various illnesses.
A Holy Communion cracker maker. A waffle plate. I won't say anything about waffles or waffling. I'm sorry I shouldn't, but I can't help thinking it. There you go, you spent your time growing herbs and stuff and turning it into scented holy water and making shoes, by the looks. Making sandals. Is that a lemon tree? Right. The laundry. I'll avoid making any jokes about nuns' dirty habits.
This is St. Peter's Church and it dates back to the 15th century. It was established by the Benedictine community in 1456, though this version was built in 1625. The altarpiece at the centre of it all was installed in 1740, and it's the work of Francesco Sara. And he was a Maltese painter who made his living painting, well, most of the churches around Malta. It's also where old Adiodata is buried. I say old, she was buried when she was 48. She lived a cloistered life and did a bit of teaching and wrote one of those little spiritual guides for people. And she was also seen levitating. Well, what else could you do, to pass the time? Just outside Mdina is the town of Rabat. This was founded by the Romans for burying their dead. You couldn't bury within city walls, so they thought, well, we'll build a city without a wall just outside the one that's got a wall. And that's why Rabat has got a lot of catacombs.
St. Paul's catacombs. There you go. That's one bit of it. Whether he had anything to do with any of it is a bit of a mystery. Used to think that they ran out to sea, these things, but they dug them, they looked, and no. Also used to think there was a party of schoolchildren were once taken down and lost, but apparently not. Right, let's find another one. They also used to think that various saints hid down here, Christian saints of course, hid down here to escape persecution, but apparently these things were all available long before the Christians turned up, and nobody hid down here to escape persecution because everybody knew they existed here, and down here was a bit manky, to say the least. Hard enough coming around as it is now. But nope, I didn't find any signs of saints down here. In fact, not too many Christians either. That was a bit too much like hard work. Essentially Romans. And I know St. Paul was supposed to have headed this way. Would have been around. He was here, but mostly there weren't too many Christians before he was around, and even after. Glad it's not hot today. That would have been insufferable.
Meanwhile, back in Valletta, we have St. John's Cathedral, and this is where you find Caravaggio's famous beheading of St. John the Baptist. Now, you might have noticed my somewhat jaundiced views of religious bling and its obsession with death and disease and suffering, which I'm sure was supposed to comfort you by showing you how this made you fit for heaven. Even so, the decoration and artistry is magnificent, and it was the sort of equivalent of Keynesian public works that would boost the economy, though not necessarily disrupt the social order. Mind, being the worst kind of atheist, one baptised in a Moravian chapel, which is a Protestant sect of the more austere kind, I am simultaneously impressed and oppressed. And my woke triggers twitch at the thought that Caravaggio, an excellent painter of beheadings, was a quick-tempered drunk with a conviction for murder who was given asylum here in exchange for his paintings. Though, after another violent incident, even the Knights of St. John had had enough. He fled the island, and rumour has it that a Knights of St. John assassination squad caught up with him in 1610. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and in the next video we're going off to Gozo Island, where we'll meet up with some more prehistoric history.